14. I'm from Rockdale County, and I go to Georgia Tech CEISMC.
Hi, I'm Elena Ramirez. I go to General Ray Davis Middle School.
All right. My name is Michaela Bowart, and I go to General Ray Davis Middle School.
This project that we received from Georgia Tech was basically they gave us a task to create these little feet for this robot to work on various surfaces. Now to do this, we had to do lots and lots of things. So this robot is actually the Insectobot, which is what it's based off of, and that's why the orientation of these feet is like this. And we did some research on, the cockroach, because it's probably one of the most glorious insects there is, because it's lived for thousands and thousands of years, and it can really get around. So we thought that, the scenario was if there was a natural disaster and this robot would go into the wreckage and it would find survivors using its sensors. So going into that, we had to create feet that would work on any surfaces. For example, earthquake rubble or just sand, any type of surfaces. So after we did it, we had to think about what type of foot surface would be the best. For example, football cleats have spikes to grip the ground for grass. So, and these flats actually are flat because just for flat surfaces and to glide across. So we were trying to incorporate both spikes and flat surfaces. So our final working foot was this robot. It was actually this foot. And it actually has both spikes and ridges in it. So after we tested several feet, we came up with this one. And it worked on this carpet surface, this bumpy ridge, and also this flat wood surface that we were using at school.
Let me see if I can get an up-close view of the feet. Doesn't want to focus in really good on it. That's better.
Yes.
The picture on the SolidWorks shows really well too. Okay.
Now, after we
Done our research, we actually had to think of a design for the foot. So the technology that we used was called SolidWorks. And this is basically what the foot looks like before you actually modify it.
Yes, and the Georgia Tech actually provided us with this template for us to play around with and apply our sketch to this program. So we started with something simple like this, and we could use this sketch tool, extruder cut, and we could cut on all sides of this foot and print it out in the 3D printer that our school has, and actually put it on this feet and test it.
The 3D printer is basically a large, expensive printer that prints 3D things such as these legs that were provided by Georgia Tech.
And it uses 100% recycled plastic.
This printer, it melts the plastic for printing, and when it's printing, this printer will lay out layers of plastic, and these layers will eventually dry, and this process could take from anywhere from 2 to about a couple of days, but it depends on the size of your load of objects you want to print, and it depends on the size.
How long did it take to print one of the feet?
Well, we actually printed them in 6.
Oh, and 6 of them. Okay.
It actually took about 7 hours.
7 hours? Okay.
And it was actually other groups who were doing this project, so it was like over like 24 hours. We print all of this. So after we placed the feet on this robot, Georgia Tech provided us with walk programs, walk 40 to walk 70. Now the difference between that is walk 40 is
Much slower speed,
and walk 70 is the fastest.
Okay, so that was your power level, I guess, in the program.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll demonstrate walk 70.
and sometimes depending on how the foot was actually made, some of it can get stuck to things like the carpet, if it was really sharp, it would get stuck to the carpet. Or if it's this and it's not gripping, it would slide.
Okay.
So if the robot would slide off the surface, then we would have to go back and try to make changes to it and see if it could work on that surface and also on this.
Is there a reason why the main brick you're holding is not attached to it?
The main brick I'm holding?
Yeah, this brick you've got in your hand right there, why it's not attached to your insect?
Data from this part of the robot is moving to the brick. So when we're programming the robot, the data actually moves and it programs these to move.
And when you plug in the brick to the computer, all that data from this Insectobot will actually go, so you can see the intervals.
Yes. The way the Insectobot gains intervals is by using a light sensor, and this light sensor actually detects color. So when we're looking at this surface, notice that there are 7 black lines. So if we ran the robot on this surface, the light sensor would pick up the black lines and move towards them. So when we plug up the robot into the computer and we use data logging, 7 intervals can be detected, and those 7 intervals are actually the black lines that are being picked up by the light sensor.
So, as part of our data logging, we actually had to actually see how much time between each interval and basically add up the rate of how long it would take a robot to get to one black line to the other. And the purple line just represents the direction of the robot, and since it went fairly straight, so that's why it's not curved or anything. It's just
Okay. And so you had how many different foot designs?
I think we had about 3 or 4.
3 or 4? Which one was the best?
Well,
We were only able to design 1 pair of feet.
Okay.
we got to print this pair, and
Okay.
this one was the best because it worked on all 3 surfaces that we had. So this one was our final working model.
The reason we couldn't print more than one was because we were actually testing it to see if like things are messing up or if things need to be fixed. So we weren't able because we actually had a lot of problems, and we would report it back to Georgia Tech to tell them that this is happening and it needs to be fixed.
Yes, one of the problems we had was with the cables. Now this isn't the original cable we had.
Okay.
We used to have a long type of cable, and this cable was really flexible, but it was long, but it could still get bent up, and that would prevent the data from flowing into
Yes,
the
and it will
brain.
also get wrapped around the legs, which will also break off the feet. And it would just cause a lot of problems. So actually, this is the cable that was used before.
Right.
Yes, so using
So it was actually hindering it from doing what it would naturally want to do.
Yeah, so that's why Georgia Tech changed the cables and make them shorter.
Okay.
yes, some of the problems we would have with the cable was
They actually get twisted up.
yes,
Yeah.
and sometimes that might, when the robot is running, it might cut off one side of it.
Yes, and then sometimes all the things will come off. So, and also, aside from our research, we had to examine hex bugs. So, with the hex bugs, we were actually testing them on surfaces like these. And when we were testing the surfaces, they would get hot or they would, fall over or just go all over the place because all of them had different sensors, like touch, light, or sound. So when we use one of the ants, the ant would get hot in here and it would eventually die from it. So for the second semester, they actually eliminated that and they just went on, they focused the research on just the robot and not as much as, the primary reasons.
So do you have a newfound respect for cockroaches?
Yes. We thought that they weren't really important. They didn't have a lot of things.
Yeah, and we got just insects, they're just bugs.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that they can do that other insects can.
And we've learned a lot from using insects as models for robots. Isn't that interesting? How we use nature in things that are not so natural. So have you enjoyed this project?
Yes.
Yes?
It was very fun and very,
Would you like to see more like this?
yes.
I'd really
Awesome.
like for everyone to get to do it, not just us, because we're
Yeah.
actually the pilots of this project. So we were actually
about
testing. Yes, only about 5 schools got to do this in Georgia.
So if there was something you would like to change about the robot that would make this project easier for you, what would you have to say? Could you think of anything?
The wires, because sometimes they kind of still get tangled and kind of twisted and hard to use. So if they're like much easier to use and much flexible,
Or if they could just be wireless. I think
Yes.
that's yes.
One of the people that visited today, they were asking about if the brake could be replaced with a mobile device without using any wires.
and that would be a really good idea.
So
to
not
actually
so
have
not
a
just
wire.
students could use it, but anyone could use it.
All right.